What is the dilly yo, y'all? Hey man, check this out. We got a straight banger today, all right? So look, man, it's Friday. We finished the week off astronomically strong, and I love that, right? For me, for the Discord, and everybody inside of the Discord as well, all right? It's a market crash. We know it's been a crazy week. A lot of people have lost a lot of money. A lot of people have made a lot of money, and a lot of people have learned a lot of lessons. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about how I hit 20% trade on Apple off of something I like to call a VWAP rejection. Okay, if you hear some noise in the background, I'm in Colombia still. They're building an apartment building, and so it ain't nothing I could do about it. All right, but so check this out: VWAP rejection, Apple 20% trade. Now, before we get into the trade of the day, I want to tell you two things. Okay, I was talking to my girl Shelly, and we was talking, and she said a quote. Okay, and I want to share this quote with you because it's extremely powerful. She said, "Don't let your skill set make you the money, and then your psychology lose you the money." And I was like, "Ooh, that's a bar." All right. A lot of times, we know how to make the money with trading. We could make $100, $200 in trading, but our psychology makes us lose the money off of bad habits and dumb decisions. Okay? So, with that being said, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, I got to shout out the Discord, man. Today, people ate like crazy today. All right? People ate like crazy. So, let's go look at him. All right. We got Fast Life. He got a small account. He's building another one. He hit Nvidia. He hit Nvidia here on his account. We got Nicholas. Red is Profit. He's in Asia. He hit 2K 60, 66 105. We got Joe right here. He hit 118 on Palantir. Look, kept his losses small, had big gains. Okay. We got Quentin. We caught Nike today. All right, he hit 3K this week. He's up 3K this week. He hit 1,000 on Nike, Carvana, Palantir, right? Chewy, Mason. He loved him some Chewy. Brielle, right? She hit her best trade today. She got 80 on MicroStrategy, AMD, Apple, Google, and then Carvana as well. Okay, Nike. Shali hit 200. Mike, he had another $100 day now. He getting consistent. Jim 6%, right? Fast Life, 140 right there, 130. Michelle, she had her biggest trade. Alibaba, okay, 220, 56%. Okay, we ate in the Discord today. Toya, right? $100 on Nike off of one contract. If she would have had two contracts, she would have went crazy. Jay, Mr. Consistent. Balin, he made 120 today. My guy Marley 215 on a day today. Big D 118 on that 30% on the Apple put we called. Scrapple from Apple. She said she hit 138 from Apple today. All right. My guy Markel, Bro Hood, Bro God, he hit 95 today, 3 different trades. Right? Listen, we ate today in the Discord, all right? We ate today in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, be sure to join it. We will help you lose less money and make more money. All right. So with that being said, this is one of my trades that I had for the day. Okay. One of my trades that I had for the day was Apple. I didn't feel like trading today because it was a Friday and it's just been a lot going on. I've had a good week. I didn't want to give any profits back to the market. That's another thing. You got to learn when not to give profits to the market. Okay. Or you also got to know when to sit on your hands, do nothing. You got to know when to be patient. You got to know when to attack, okay? I truly, honestly, didn't want to trade today, but I came in and I took it lightly because I wanted to be able to show up for the squad, okay? So this is one trade that I had on Apple. As you can see, I only got 2 contracts, right? I said I went real light on this one. I went light today on everything, but I got 2 contracts. I could have got 4. I could have doubled this profit. I could have tripled the profit, but I just went light today just in case something went against me or something went the opposite way because the market right now is very, very, very interesting, okay? Now, I got 2 contracts, and I got them for 188. So that was like $300 and what, like $70, $76, somewhere around there. Okay, then I sold both of those contracts for $225 each. All right, and so that was a 20% profit on my. That was a 20% profit on that play right there. And how long was I in this play again? I was in the play for 6 minutes. Okay, for 6 minutes. So the entry was beautiful. The entry was beautiful. All right. I like the execution that we displayed today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the charts, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how we did it. All right. So let's get it. So we got Apple right here, right? So we're gonna break this down. So first off, we're gonna call this a VWAP rejection. All right, that's what we're gonna name this. VWAP rejection. Okay. This is what we did. Now this green line right here that you see right there, that is the VWAP. So everything that we're talking about right now was based off of that green line right there, okay? So here's what happened. So Apple, it gapped down, right? It gapped down today. It closed yesterday at 202, came all the way down to 190, and it opened up at 193, okay? So it came up here and it started to reject off of the 50 EMA right here, right? So then we started to have some downward selling pressure. I wanted to make sure that it was not going down lower. I mean, going up higher before we got into a put. So that's why I wanted to wait until it got below the VWAP right here, right? So then what happened was I told everybody, I said, if we could get a closure below the VWAP, I will enter into puts. Okay, so that's what happened. So as we can see right here, we have a reference point. I want you to see what the reference point is. This is the reference point. Okay, this right here, what we're gonna call this is LOD for low of day. All right, this is the low of day so far. This is what we got. Now, I told everybody, I said, if we break below here and we get in puts, Apple is probably, most likely, going to come and test the low of the day. And if we break the low of the day, then we could come even lower, right? So it ended up breaking, closing below the VWAP, and then a new candle opened up and it came to test this VWAP right here, right? It came to test this VWAP. So it came up. It kept going up and down and it was rejecting, right? And as you can see, it never came too much higher than that green line right there, right? So what I did was I took an entry right here, okay? I took an entry right here, right there, all right? So that was my entry. So we're going to put entry right there. All right. Now, when I got in right here, it was kind of going back and forth. And then we started seeing it coming down, right? And it was going down. And then we saw it start to really tick down. So I was up 5%, 2%, negative 3%, 5%. And then I started going up to, 8%, 10%. And then we got up to like 24%, and I just decided to take profits, okay? Because in this climate right now, with stuff going on, I was already playing light. I was already playing, relaxed. I didn't want to be overzealous in my trading today, okay? So I ended up taking my exit and I took profits at the bottom of this candle right here, okay? So I exited right here and took profits. Okay. Now, as you can see, the stock came and it did test the low of days right here, and it came even lower. If I would have stayed in, this would have been about a 50 to a 60% trade right here. Okay. A 50 to a 60% trade right here. But nonetheless, we banked on Apple, and then that's how I was able to make what I made. All right. Very simple trade. VWAP rejection, closed below the VWAP. I saw it do this, tested it, came back down, boom, done deal. Simple as pie. All right. So that's how we hit Apple for 20%. Now, let me say a couple things. I always say this. It is not about the dollar amount, it's about the percentage. Where else can you go and get a 20% return on your money in 7 minutes? I will wait because I know there's nowhere else that you can do that. You got to learn the skill set of trading, okay? Now, I also did not give back money. My psychology was on point today and all week, for real. I did not give back money to the market this week, and I feel great about that. All right, that's what happens when you start to really, get into the profitable side of things, right? You focus on not giving money back, right? So high returns, don't be over risky, don't over leverage, and don't over trade, right? Make your money and then turn off the laptop. Okay? Very, very important stuff. So percentages matter more than anything. I really want you to understand that. All right? So if you lost money this weekend, go to the drawing board. All right? Go to the drawing board, back test, figure out what you did wrong, and it's time to make the adjustments in this coming week. All right? I really want to see everybody win, man. I really want to see everybody win, but it's all up in here. It's all in your psychology. Okay? I made in my live earlier this week, I said something very important. I said increased volatility, bigger moves, lower risk, or leverage, right? If I know that it's going to be very volatile, I could risk a lower or leverage a less amount of money, and I could make 20, 30, 40% returns, right? Because the volatility is going to do the work for me. So I practiced that all week, right? And today is a perfect example. 20%, 15%, 30% trades. All of my trades this week have been 20% and higher, minus a couple small ones because it was starting to reverse, right? But you got to understand the climate that we're in and how to trade in that climate to be able to, have that longevity. All right. So if you gave profits back this week, it's okay. It happens, but get better. All right. Get better and get better. That's all I can say. All right. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that you do the work this weekend, and I'm going to be excited to share some more gems next week. I got a great video dropping tomorrow, and we're going live on Sunday as well at 3 p.m. Eastern and 12 p.m. Pacific. So be sure to be there as well. All right. So always remember, get out of your head, go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And always remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. I'm going to see y'all on the next video. Peace.